Let's talk about trademarks and the new Twitter case, and what Mark Twain, the Beatles, and Leonard Skynyrd may have to do with them. I'm Tom Vanderbloemen, and I'm a lawyer in South Carolina. I focus on trademarks, franchises, and other related areas of the law. Our firm puts out this newsletter every so often, and we recently decided to start making videos to discuss what we cover in the newsletter. So consider this sort of the companion podcast. Last newsletter, we talked about the new Twitter case and the famous quotation from Mark Twain in 1897, when he responded to rumors about his declining health, telling a reporter that the report of my death was an exaggeration. X Corp, which rebranded from the original Twitter a couple of years ago, might be channeling its inner Mark Twain. Just before the holidays, it filed a lawsuit against a company called Operation Bluebird, which X Corp says is trying to steal the Twitter brand. The day after Christmas, X Corp's team was back to work, filing a motion seeking a preliminary injunction, that's a court order, asking the court to stop what it calls Bluebird's brazen theft and self-described heist of the Twitter brand and goodwill. Somewhat like Twain, X Corp said in its complaint that the Twitter brand is alive and well, and that Twitter never left and continues to be exclusively owned by X Corp. So what's going on here? You may remember a time when X Corp was called Twitter, and then there was a time when it became X, and that would sometimes lead to blank looks and people would say, formerly known as Twitter, kind of like Prince. A company called Operation Bluebird believes the Twitter name has been abandoned and is up for grabs, so it launched its own website at twitter.new, which is now taking reservations for handles. It filed its own trademark applications for Twitter and Tweet, and it asked the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office to cancel X Corp's remaining Twitter trademark registrations. X Corp responded with a lawsuit. What does the law say here? A trademark owner must typically continue using its trademark to maintain its rights. If not, the trademark may become abandoned. The U.S. Code spells this out, explaining that a trademark can be abandoned where its use has been discontinued with an intent not to resume the use. Use here of a trademark means the bona fide use of a mark made in the ordinary course of trade. Now, bona fide always reminds me of George Clooney's character, Ulysses Everett McGill, in Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Has to be bona fide. Abandonment can also occur if the owner of the mark does anything to make that mark generic or lose its significance as a trademark. That said, companies that phase out brands may argue they still have some right to prevent confusion from others who use the brands if these brands still have some residual consumer recognition. This is what X Corp argues when it says a rebrand is not an abandonment of a trademark right. So, did X Corp really stop using Twitter so as to abandon it? Do people still associate Twitter with X Corp and its platform? That is the issue in the case. X Corp claims to still use the mark Twitter, and as one example, it says more than 4 million users still access the X platform through twitter.com, which it owns. It also says users around the world continue to refer to the platform as Twitter. Adding a little drama to the situation, a lawyer who's involved with Operation Bluebird, the company X Corp says is trying to hijack the Twitter name, used to work for the old Twitter, or I guess the original Twitter. He's been posting about the case on LinkedIn, and maybe he's nostalgic for what he liked about the old Twitter, which is maybe why he posted the lyrics of the Beatles song, which I won't sing, which says, "There are places I remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better." And his company is also called Bluebird, so he quoted the Beatles song about a blackbird singing in the dead of night, which is only waiting for this moment to be free. Now, we wonder if X Corp may be a Leonard Skynyrd fan and will respond with lyrics from Freebird and the Bird You Cannot Change. We'll keep an eye on this one. If you're interested in these kinds of stories, or if you just like to answer trivia questions and see dog pictures, which are also in our newsletter, feel free to sign up at vanderbloemenlaw.com. A link is in the description. We will see you next time.